faut bouger. C'est chic.
Hello, good evening, welcome back. Whoa, that was creepy. I just heard myself. I never listen to myself. I don't watch my programs. I don't.
On danse.
Hey, that song is longer than I thought. I was looking for something a little more mellow, which I do have.
On danse.
So let's go to that. There we go. You know what? Nance, welcome. Hey, Indian Warrior. I just added Facebook, by the way. I meant to add my Facebook page and the YouTube page. I don't know. I guess I flaked out or something. So YouTube is now on there. How are you guys? Let me put a gentle reminder here. I was thinking about moving my office where the studio is, different part of the house, so I can potentially do this outdoors. I think that'd be pretty good at some point. Yo, Lavina, what's up? Hey, Indian Warrior. Yeah, doing okay. It's a lot of stuff in my head. Brooklyn, what up? Legend, nice to see you. It's been a while. Actually, I haven't been on too often, so this week is going to be a busy week doing all the local politics and stuff, you know. Hey, Nicole and Chris Hunt. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a good week for that, that's for sure. I just heard back from the other candidate for District 2 in Brownsville, Linda Macias. She just got back to me, and it looks like she's in. She said, I'm just gonna schedule her. Getting a lot more participation this time. The last time I tried this, nobody got back to me. I mean, the regulars did, Roy and Osmo and stuff like that. Those guys always loved to be in front of the camera. They loved to talk. They were great. And but nobody else. I gotta say, I reached out to Jessica Tetro 2 years ago, and she still hasn't opened a message on her Facebook, on her Messenger. So I don't know how, to me, that says a lot. But what do I know? Maybe she's just busy, I suppose. Looking at my family history research while watching. Been doing this for about. I'm going to post some of these now. Yeah, you mentioned that once before. Somebody, what did I see? Somewhere I saw a discount for Ancestry. I always thought about doing that. I'm just afraid what I'm going to find. Hey, Dina. I know, right? I should be sleeping too, but I don't know. After the program from earlier, and I'm really not sleeping. Kids are asleep. I'm up with the fur grandbabies. Nice. No, we didn't get to that part. That will be covered, though. I promise you that. Yeah, I think it's at a discount. Usually it's like $99, and I think right now it's right, $49 or $50, something like that. 50. Me vale madre. Yeah, I had Erasmo Castro on tonight, discussing his candidacy for mayor of Brownsville. Wednesday, I've got Susan Rubalcaba. Thursday, I got North Golansky, District 1 Commissioner. And Friday, I've got Brian Martinez, who's also running for District 1 Commissioner. And going to be an interesting week. No, but that will be brought up. That's the one point that I didn't, actually a couple of points, but that's one of my that I didn't get a chance to get to. I need to prove a woman who claims to be a relative wrong. Oh, what if you're wrong though? Ciao, Nancy. Ciao. Good morning to you. Yeah, I just hope that the people who are in it, like for real, It's disheartening in any community, on any political level, whether it's national or local, where you keep getting the same results day in, day out, year in, year out. The same results, and nothing changes. It's like, that's a problem. And then we got to figure out, why is that a problem? Where is the issue exactly? I mean, one big problem is that people get into politics to figure out a way how they can make money. That's one problem. Whether they're on the take or trying to take advantage of some, information that they get, like not necessarily insider, but something that they hear first before anybody else. And then they take advantage of it. So that's a problem too. There's got to be some, just like the Nancy Pelosi thing, there's got to be some kind of rule, law, perhaps, that if you're in some kind of position of power, you cannot invest in shit. You know, you can't back certain things. You can't do both. If you're gonna do one or the other, but you can't be in office. Something. Hey, Pat Spicer. Yeah, I gotta try to do ancestry. So Ophelia is running for mayor of Raymondville. And I reached out to everyone, all the candidates. I reached out to see if anybody wants to talk and discuss what their plans are or what they have going on or what's on their mind. And yeah, I'm willing to go live just to see what they've got to say. No hidden motives or anything like that. I'm not looking to put anybody on the spot. I just legit want to hear what they got to say and why they want to do what they want to do, and just take it from there. For as popular as some people are, I think that they on some levels could be misunderstood, and on other levels may not be taken seriously. So I want to hear what they got to say, and I'm curious if people really are interested in what they have to say. And I know they've got motives, so that's what I want to know, is what their motives are. Interesting. They're taking turns screwing citizens to train to Mexico from the port. The electric plant next, internet. But what will they do? Y'all have in common with Democrats, especially the last 4 letters of Democrats. Funny, the rats. Yeah, and that's and that's the problem. How do you getting people interested, people who would be legit good to run for politics. And I think a lot of the dirty politics that goes on and the slandering and all that, and you know how politics goes, I think that scares people off. And perhaps, people that might be good in politics, I think that scares them off. And I think that people that are young who are just have a natural interest in politics or civic duty might want to be told, look, it's great that you're doing this, but just be warned, people like to sling mud and they like to dig up your past, and they'll talk about you and they'll insult you, but you can't let that get to you. So, politicking is definitely not for the snowflake, not for the faint at heart. And I think young people need to be taught that. Snowflake, the way kids are raised needs to change. You can't raise a bunch of wimps and sissies that they're afraid of everything. You gotta get them to grow a thick skin and they can't be offended by everything. Because that's gonna affect them in life. I mean, in the rest of their life, all their life. She is not running for anything. Will she at some point? Perhaps. The one who is running is Roy, her former, whatever you want to call him. Roy is running, and he and Ophelia are running against the incumbent mayor. He is seeking re-election. So for as small as Raymondville is, that could be interesting. That could be interesting too, you know? Yeah, it could be. It could be. It depends what everybody's motives are. So I kind of, I mean, I want to talk to them, and if you know, get the word out, what their see what their goals may be, what they'd like to improve in their community, and just get the word out. You know, I'm not favoring anybody at all. It's just that since I have interest in Brownsville, that's why I thought I'd stretch it out to. Somebody suggested, do Raymondville. Maybe they'll talk to you. Like, yeah. Well, she already said she won't talk to me. When you heard her talk earlier, she was talking about me. I reached out and said, "Hey, do you want to interview?" But for no other reason, just to get the word out, tell people what you're about, and but the sincere invitation was met with some cynicism, and I think they're more concerned with what are people going to say, and what about the haters, and what are you going to do about the drama that happens online, and you know, and I said, you know, you're running for office, you're going to be in the public, there's some criticism that's going to be there. Aside from your haters, you're going to get people that are going to want some answers to what your plans are, and if you don't give them the right answer, yeah, there are some people that are rude, and yeah, you'll get the crowd that doesn't like you from the get-go, and it's got nothing to do with, you know, I don't know who you are. Yeah, I must not know who you are. I know who you are, but that just comes with the territory. That's all. But anyway, you know, I ain't gonna beg or anything. I was just doing it to try to help and get the word out there for all of them. But that's okay. I got my hands full here in Brownsville. The citizens of Raymond will have it worse than we do when it comes to potential candidates. Yeah, they don't have many candidates, and I think the candidates that they do have some agenda in one way or another. Maybe the people there don't care, or whatever, but maybe they do. The incumbent, forget his name, Gilbert something, seems like he's doing okay. I don't think he needs my help, or not necessarily help. I don't think he cares for the exposure. I think seems like he's doing okay, you know. Roy will probably be guided by Vanessa. She'll probably tell him, don't do it. Don't talk to the hater behind the mic. I mean, I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. And that's okay. I don't care. All I can do is extend the olive branch. And if they want to take it, they can take it. If they don't, that's okay too. Yes, that's correct. Chris. Hey, Denise. Welcome. But you know, there's a few things going on here, and that's the one thing I did talk about earlier tonight was the connection that Jessica Tetro has with SpaceX and the offer that she made, or the deal that she made for employees of SpaceX. You know, you come in, bring your car, show your SpaceX ID, and you get a free car wash. And I'm just wondering, okay, so if she wins the mayoral race, What's that going to do to that deal? Personally, obviously, I see it as conflict of interest. But would she terminate that? Would she terminate that? Is she going to say, "Well, that's my husband's business. That's not my business"? But it's in a family, so doesn't that the same thing, right? I've been referring to Raymondville as a town of Santa Poco, and the citizens have to decide on which El Guapo will become mayor. That's funny. For those who don't know, you should watch The Three Amigos. Speaking of movies, don't worry, I'm not going to get on movies all night. You see what's on Hulu? Have any of you, I know the older crowd might have you seen History of the World, Part 1? Mel Brooks movie. It's on Hulu. I caught that yesterday, I think. Saturday or Sunday. It was Sunday. Still funny. Still funny movie. Very controversial. I don't think that movie could make it out in the theaters today. I think it would give some people seizures, and it would trigger so many people. It's not even funny. So, if you haven't seen it, if you've got like teenage kids, give it a shot. See what they think. They might be shocked. And those who have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it is an oldie. That's a good one. So, how's everybody's year going, huh? I know at the very beginning we said set some goals, but don't do any resolutions. How are things going for everybody? I've been on a more active. I've been walking more, like every day. I'm trying to walk every day. I think the first week I did. Was it last week? Almost a couple weeks ago. Like 5 days in a row, I went out and I did 4 or 5 miles, something like that. Like pant size dropping, just like that, just like that. Eating, yeah, a little less. Watching my portions, but it was nice to try on a pair of pants that are smaller than what I'm used to, right? So it just motivated me just to keep going. So that's how I'm going. I'm going at a good pace. My friend watched OM live. My friend said, "OM, she acts like a teen and yelling." Yeah, that's her. That's her thing. That's her thing, and that's what they love to watch. Yeah, History of the World. If they haven't seen it, go check that out. Have them check it out. Going to be 1 year since I lost my mom, and I'm not taking it well. Oh, sorry to hear that, Lavina. Sorry for your loss. And yeah, it'll be tough. I mean, it gets a little easier as time goes by, but certain things trigger, emotion. So just hang in there. Remember all the good stuff, I had people online say, "Hey, your face looks skinnier, your face looks thinner." I'm like, really? I didn't notice it. Before, in the past, I've noticed it. I think I was sick with bronchitis or pneumonia or whatever, and I didn't, I was sick for a few weeks. Then I could really notice all this I was like skeletal, kind of. Well, kind of. Okay, just a little bit, not kind of. Then it was really noticeable. And but right now it's definitely noticeable when you, I mean, do a steady walk. And running is not better for you. I know people like to run, maybe for cardio, but for weight loss, walking is what you got to do. And do it every day. And you go steady, do it consistently, and the pounds will melt. So, oops. Apparently, the way you have been gradually losing, I've been quickly. Smaller portions. It's amazing. At first, I was still hungry, but it's because I was eating with my eyes, right? Not with logically with my stomach. I was eating with, oh, whoa, that's not enough food. I need more. And then if you see her on here, something eyes started forcing me to eat like split food with her, right? So next thing you know, we're splitting breakfast, we're splitting lunch, we're splitting dinner, kind of like, yeah, pretty much. And my body got used to it pretty quick. I started eating with my mind instead of with my eyes, and that also contributed. So the last A1C I went to go get checked, I was at 7.7, something like that, I think. And a little bit of weight came off then. A lot more weight has come off since then. That was, I want to say that was about 6 weeks ago, roughly. And he said if I keep going, he's going to start taking the meds away. So, and my next one is not till July. So I'm looking forward to June or July and drop a few more pounds and get rid of this type 2 diabetes. It'll work. I'll make it work. I'm losing weight. I have to have more on my ankle. Oh, you're losing weight at your ankles? Did you have cankles? I'm just wondering. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just asking. That's all. Nancy says, my goal this year has been to start caring about myself. That's what you got to do. I've always been healthy, but haven't been happy with myself since having the twins. So for the first time in forever, over 4 years, I bought makeup. Nothing crazy, but it's a start. Well, that's cool. Take an interest in yourself, right? I think that's very important. Things are changing everywhere. Where's eyes? Is my eyes awake? Earth to eyes, earth to eyes. Anyway, yeah, things in life happen. Things that, stress causes you, it varies on people. Stress can get people to lose weight, but it can affect others where they gain weight because all you want to do is eat. Or if you're depressed, a lot of people eat while they're depressed, and then some people don't eat when they're depressed. So it's not the same for everybody. Hey, Jamie, good evening. How do you say your last name? Sarika? Did I ask you this before? I'm sorry if I did. Sarika, is that right? I hope I'm saying that right. So you have to go with things that make you happy. You have to live. Nancy, you're talking about this just now. Yes, you got to focus on yourself. Do what makes you happy. You have to live for right now, for today, right now. Like like a dog. You know who said that? Who said that? Caesar Milan. Remember the guy, the dog whisperer? He said dogs live in the now. And even though to a certain extent, when they're abused, I mean, you can kick a dog, you can be mad at them and smack them or scold them, but 5 seconds later, he's coming up and he's right back and he's got his head on your lap. That's how dogs live for like what's happening now. Not what happened in the past or not what's going to happen in the future, but for living right now. And you got to do that. It makes a difference. There she is. Always awake. Yeah, don't sleep enough, that's for sure. Yes, that's my eyes. I said it perfectly, Sarika. Okay, cool. I don't like messing up people's names because then I think I find it, even though I don't do it on purpose, when you say the name wrong, they butchered my name so many times. But it's like just pronounce it slowly. So that's what I try to do. And I'm from Chicago. I was born and raised there, and we got a melting pot of countries and nationalities everywhere. And I was real good with the Polish names. Very, very good with the Polish names. And I always made an effort, to try to pronounce a name properly. Every time I see eyes there, it makes me smile. Why is that? You guys ever and have anybody that just their mere presence makes you smile, like gives you a warm fuzzy and a feel good or whatever? You ever had that feeling before? A lot of people can't pronounce my last name, so I was surprised you got it. I've read a lot of names in the past. Italian names, especially. Glad I got it right. Annalisa. Annalisa. That's how I would pronounce that. Man, I'm losing weight for myself. I do small serving on my foods. My kids eat. I'll be okay. I miss my mom so much. Yeah, that'll get you eating too, being bummed out about your mom. You're doing the right thing with the small portions. That actually works. Just add some exercise in there too. Yep, Annalisa. It's usually pronounced wrong in the States. Really? How do they pronounce it here? Annalisa. Annalisa. I'm Italian. Okay, hang on. I still get a bit giddy when my husband walks through the door after work. 17 years together. Don't tell him that though. That's cool. So the S is pronounced as a Z. So Annalisa. Annalisa. Oh, okay. I have seen that in the Italian language. That gives me a warm fuzzy. That is what brings me joy. Can't explain it. It's a thing. I lost 120 pounds, small portion in the gym every day. That's a lot of weight. A lot of weight. And I was a gym rat a long time ago, and I remember the guy telling me, "You can't be in here 7 days a week, bro. You can't." He told me to do 4 days a week, or he said do every if you're gonna come steady, do every other day, but don't go 7 days a week. And I know there's people that do that, and they like it. That's okay. Eat healthy, definitely, definitely. And the thing is, stay away from saturated fats. Stay away from saturated fats. Fried foods, stay away from the fried foods. Processed foods, stay away from the processed foods. And there's a lot of things. You go to the grocery store and everything is processed. I mean, everything. You think you're having, like, you're going to have a snack, right? Lunchables, it's all processed. The cheese processed, the turkey, the bologna or whatever, hot dogs, processed. Those pizza bites that you microwave that are in the freezer, processed. All that, everything is processed. Most cheese is processed. Salami, the turkey, sliced turkey, everything is processed. Everything is processed. And that is what's going to give your kids diabetes. That's what's going to give them type 2 diabetes. Processed foods, fried foods, saturated fats. Keep that away from your kids. Man, every time I go to the grocery store and I see the family and the 2 or 3 kids, and the shopping cart is full of Cokes and fruit punch, Hawaiian punch, and Lunchables and hot dogs, and microwave this and microwave that, and it's just that's where it starts. Next thing you know, they start gaining weight. And then that can result, you can get the acid attack. What do you call that? Acid reflux. And if you haven't been with somebody who's had an acid reflux attack, it can scare the crap out of you. Yeah, that's good. A lot of walking. Walking is better than running for weight loss, believe it or not. Thank you, Jamie. Yes, you can. I do it 2 or 3 hours a day. Yeah, I can't spend that much time in the gym, though. Now for a little left. C-I in Italian is pronounced chi. The C-H. So Cici's Pizza, you would pronounce Chi-Chi's Pizza, right? And Chi-Chi's are, you know what Chi-Chi's are, right? Yeah, I don't got to explain that to you. Can anybody hear the music? Is that too loud, or is it all right where it's at? Can't wait to start walking again for exercise or walking, period. Having a total knee replacement next month. I lost a lot of weight being a speed walker. I loved it. I tried to get into speed walking before. And I just can't. I think it looks funny. That's why. I've seen when I was living in Chicago, it's a lot of people speed walk, and I just, they're doing those little steps just real quick, and I'm not doing that. That's funny though. The meat dye is actually a harmful preservative, and the cheese is cheese food, 51% oil. The rest of cheese is no good. Sorry to say. And here I am. I'm going to preach all this stuff. Yet tomorrow I'll eat it at some level. But I'm good at preaching it though. Cheese is no good. Bad. Cheese bad. Nancy. Oh, okay. Let me get to that. Sunny Delight shopping carts full of Sunny Delight. And for little kids, we're talking, I don't know, 8 years old, 10, 6 even, and they're buying cases and cases of soda and stuff. Like, that's not good. And you wonder why there's an obesity problem in our youth. Hill Country version of Sunny Delight. Ugh, yuck. That's not even a real drink. And nobody cooks homemade food anymore. No, not enough people spend the time to cook. At home, I used to, back in a different life, homemade hamburgers, right? You make your patty, and then you get your bread, you put your mayonnaise, your ketchup and mustard, whatever, onion, your bread, and you eat. Now I do it without the bread. I just eat the patty itself. Maybe potatoes on the side. If you go to McDonald's, this is my doctor told me, eat half of what you normally eat. So if you're going to get a quarter pounder, eat half a quarter pounder. Don't eat a top bread. If you drink 2 Cokes a day, drink 1 Coke a day. If you drink 1 Coke a day, drink half a Coke. If you're going to eat white rice, it should be smaller than this amount. Smaller than this. I forgot the exact measurement. I just remember on a typical woman's hand, the size of her fist, that's how much, a little bit of rice you should have. And that's it. You do that for a while, you'll get used to it. I'm in that mode where I'm getting used to not having a giant portion. And if it's a large portion being put out there in front of me, I can't finish it all. Cooking at home makes a difference. It really does. My husband thought it was hilarious when he visited Texas. Chi-Chi's Pizza? Yeah, that's funny. Mozzarella? No good. No cheese. You got to remember, dairy is no good. Dairy is no good. Yes, I said it. Dairy is no good. You heard me say this before. Milk, cow's milk, was not intended for humans to drink. Okay, Robin? Where's Robin? Yeah. Cow's milk was not intended for humans to drink. Cow's milk is for baby cows. And think about it. Think about all those steroids and everything they put in there. They inject the cows with all this crap. Right? But where do you think that stuff goes? They're using that. They inject the cows with it. It's going to soak into his system. When a cow makes milk, when she makes milk, that milk is loaded with those chemicals. You pass that milk along to your kids. It's no secret why young girls are developing a lot quicker. Think about it. You don't need milk for calcium. There's other ways to get calcium. Just don't ask me how. I could do some research later and find out, but there's other ways to get calcium. You don't need milk. Trust me, milk is not good. I promise. I have to eat small portions because I can't do diets. Yeah, me too. I don't think I can do a diet. Although every once in a while I'll get into a salad kick. Well, I can eat a salad, like a garden salad or a Caesar salad, and I can eat a giant bowl. Remember Seinfeld? A large salad? I can do a large salad with a Diet Coke. Put the stuff you want there. Man, I missed this. Chicago, there was a salad bar. You can go inside, get your little container. It was by the pound, so you can load it up whatever you wanted. To put loaded lettuce and bean sprouts and alfalfa and croutons, my bacon bits, and I just loaded up. It probably weighed about 3 pounds, but I loved it and I could eat it and have a Diet Coke. So good. Yeah. There's some those little powder packets, powder packets, and I know that aspartame is not real good for you either in the long run. If you don't do it a lot, it's not a big deal. But if you do a lot of aspartame, that's the stuff that's in Diet Coke and in Splenda, stuff like that. It's not real good for you in the long run if you use it a lot, a lot, a lot. So I got this stuff at HEB. It's like fruit punch, these little packets you put in your bottles of water. And it's not on there. I forget. I should grab a box. I forget what it is, but it's a different kind of sweetener. And I'm not a fan of all the other sweeteners. I've tried stevia. I just don't like the aftertaste. I haven't tried the monk fruit sweetener yet. I bought it and never used it, and I can't find it now. Monk fruit's supposed to be good as a sweetener. Here, let me change up the tunes a little bit. I can be lured into a windowless white van with a bowl of creamy mac and cheese. I know. And I know I'm saying cheese sucks. Cheese isn't that good for you. But I could eat some mac and cheese too if it's good. And not the Kraft macaroni and cheese, although it's tasty. But like the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese, oh, that's good. That's real good. Very, very good. Nothing bad about fresh mozzarella. Pat, it's cheese. If it's cheese, forget about it. Hey, Sherelle. Glad you caught it. Yeah, moderation, man. If you can eat small portions, then you can snack all day long. Just snack on little portions. Man, you take that back. I always cook at home. Kids don't like fast foods. That's good. Don't train your kids to eat fast foods. And the other thing, don't eat late at night. After 7, after 8 o'clock at night, you got to really curb what you intake and how much you intake. Vegan, that's tough. I don't know that I can do that. I mean, meat is no good for you either. I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to eat meat. I mean, I'll tell you not to eat it, but I'm going to eat it. I'm not good at, like I said, I don't practice what I preach in that sense. But there are some people who can eat meat and lose weight, and then others that meat just affects them in a horrible way. No dairy here. Plant-based milk only for my kids too. Plant-based milk. Okay, that's juice. Because there is no plants don't make milk. I know what you're trying to say, and I'm teasing, but plants don't make milk. So juice, like what kind of juice from what kind of plant? Oh, that sounds nasty. Calcium pills. There you go. Hey, Deb. So you want to get an Adam and Eve, huh? If they really existed. If they existed, they ate lettuce and leaves. That's what they ate. Drank a lot of water, fruit, vegetables. That's what they ate. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle change. Yeah, it sure is. You want chicken nuggets or your foot? That's the choice when you're diabetic. And that's the thing, in moderation. You can. I can't remember the last time I had a chicken nugget, like a McDonald's chicken nugget. Couple of 3 months, maybe something like that. Here and there throughout the year, once or twice a year, maybe 3 or 4 times a year, but really sporadic, that's probably okay. Personally, I don't think mozzarella here falls under the same category as what you have in the States. Oh, I'm sure your mozzarella, buffalo mozzarella, I'm sure your stuff is way superior. I don't do dairy. My mom doctor says keep away from sugar-free things. Keep away from sugar. You want to avoid cancer in your life? Steer clear of sugar. Stay away from sugar. Now the bad thing is, nothing is ever perfect. My sister, she had the breast cancer thing on 2016 on her right side. Swore off the sugar after the surgery, a little bit of treatment. Swore off the sugar. Now, 2022, cancer on the other side. So it's not a foolproof thing. Did it help her having less sugar in her body? No, I don't know. Yeah, chicken and fish is no good either, Sherelle. Chicken, the same thing. It's pumped with so many chemicals. Go outside and eat lettuce, and you'll be okay. And fish, mercury. Too much mercury in fish. Is it mercury or iodine? Probably both. I don't eat fish anyway. Each other after midnight. Ho. We don't eat late at night. Yeah, definitely not. I tried Beyond Chorizo and it was a bomb. Could not tell the difference. What is that? Are you talking about that imitation chorizo stuff? I seen it at HEB. What is it made of then? You know what? I'd be better off trying it without knowing what I was trying. That's the problem. This music is freaking me out. Hold on a second. Okay. I love to make sandwich with lettuce, no bread. I gotta try that. It's like a wrap, right? It's like a lettuce wrap. Yeah, I want to try that. So anyway, part of healthy life is you got to do stuff that makes you happy. I love to make a sandwich with lettuce, no bread. Yeah, you gotta try that. And I've seen it everywhere. Plant-based. That's the one that I saw at HEB. I have to try that one of these days. There are things that make you happy. That adds to your happy inner core, right? That's what you got to do. What makes you happy? Aspartame is in sugar-free things, which is just bad, causes dementia. Yeah, and if you eat a lot of it, like a lot. I mean, I had my friend in Chicago could drink like half a case of Diet Coke in like a day. And I don't know, like, oh, there's no sugar in it. It's okay. It's no sugar in it. It's okay. But then it's, years later, you find out that aspartame is not that good for you. Water, very good for you. Yeah, alkaline water, not always good for everybody. And I keep looking at those photos I just showed you a little bit ago. It's one of those things that just makes me go, do things that make you smile, make you feel good. Another thing that makes you feel good is giving. If you can be, somewhat a philanthropist, donate, doing things for your community, um, volunteering for things, that scientifically gives you a good feeling that is healthy for you. The act of doing something, that you're doing something for someone else, even if it's personal, with people or family or friends or something, and you're able to do something, and you're able to, and you want to, and it comes from the heart, scientifically, it's good for you. Try it. I mean, I wish I was in a position to just give money to everybody, but I'd rather buy the guys at the corner who are panhandling. I'd rather buy them a burger than give them cash, because I don't know what's going to happen with the cash. They're going to smoke it or drink it. Most of the time, a lot of these guys are addicts, right? So, yeah, try that. Basically, what I'm saying, do shit that makes you happy. I mean, don't you want to be happy? Doesn't everybody want to be happy? I know you do. That helps when you get a warm fuzzy about things or about someone. Just a general feel good. Let me get rid of this music. I got to find a track that's like an hour long where I don't have to keep changing this thing. Yeah, just gonna do this. What the heck? So, there's a lot of things that are not good for you. Okay, real quick, back to the meat. Meat is no good for you. And if you heard me tell this before, I apologize. Feel free to go, walk away and do something else or whatever. Meat is not for us. Am I going to keep eating it? Yes, I am. Okay. Am I telling you not to eat it? Nope. But I'm telling you, meat is not for human beings. We don't have the teeth for meat. Meat is supposed to be eaten raw by animal carnivores. You seen animals' teeth? No, they got the teeth for meat. Wolves and dogs and coyotes and lions and tigers. They don't cook their meat. They don't kill an animal and then go put it on a fire and eat. No, they kill their prey and they eat them raw. They tear it up with their special teeth made for that. Our teeth are not made for that. And our body isn't made for sugar either. I know it's tough. Yeah, okay, get rid of sugar and get rid of meat. Go ahead. Who wants to try that? Am I going to try it? Sugar, I can try. I'm trying. I mean, I've curbed my sugar intake by so much. A lot of the stuff that I do eat has aspartame or some kind of sweetener of some kind. But if you're very conscious about it, you could actually, if you can do no sugar for like 30 days, you will lose weight just from not eating sugar. True story. Cut sugar out for just 2 weeks and you'll lose some weight. So no soda, no candy, no bread that turns into sugar, right? Carbohydrates, some turns into sugar. Any of that. Coffee creamer. In fact, you're almost better off using natural sugar to sweeten your coffee instead of some of these sweeteners. Why? Because your body knows how to process a natural substance like sugar. Your body knows what to do with it. It doesn't know what to do with aspartame. It's a chemical. The key is not using a lot of sugar. I'm trying to eventually at some point go to sugar-free, go to black coffee. For me, that's a tough one because I like cream and sugar in my coffee. So now I'm doing cream and sweetener. So if you do black coffee already, man, you're ahead of the game. You're not putting sugar and sweetener and milk and stuff in your coffee. That's good. But you gotta get a good coffee, something that tastes good. Not this watered down cheap junk. If I'm gonna have coffee, I need to have. I like my Starbucks, coffee. Sumatra is the one that I get. Starbucks Sumatra. The K-Cups. It comes in a little K-Cup. I think I'm eventually going to switch to buying the pound of coffee and grind it myself and use that fresh. I need to do that. Not all K-Cups taste good. Hey, Naya. So I have to kick out my sugar out the door. Sure, yeah, no sugar, no sugar daddy either. Bad for you. That's right. No sugar, no carbs. Fiber, yes. Okay, bananas. Good or bad? Anybody know? Anybody know? Anyone? Bueller. Okay. High fiber makes green label bread. Mike's green label bread. You know which other bread is good too? Ezekiel. Have you heard of this thing? It's in a frozen section. Ezekiel bread. That is good for you. Why? I don't know. Just I'll find out. I'll find out. Ezekiel 4:9 products are crafted in the likeness of the Holy Scripture. Okay. 18 amino acids, including 9 essential amino acids, increased digestibility, increased absorption of materials, increased vitamin C and B, great source of fiber. It doesn't have a lot of the junk that regular white bread has. And most big grocery stores have them. Ezekiel, remember that. So, bananas for diabetic. My nutritionist told me, eat green bananas when they're green. Don't wait until they're dark and soft and ripe, starting to ripen. The more ripe they get, the sweeter they get, the more sugar they contain. How can I gain weight? I've been trying to gain weight all my life. You ever seen Super Size Me? That's a quick way. Try McDonald's breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a couple of weeks. You'll gain some weight. It's not good for you, though. You want to gain weight, you want to eat fiber, is what you want to eat. Don't do it the bad way. So you need bananas. If you're diabetic, eat them when they're green. Eat them early. That's the other thing. If you're going to drink sugar, if you're going to consume sugar, do it early. Early in the day. Where you're going to hopefully be somewhat active and you're going to walk some of this, exercise it, walk, burn some of those calories from the sugar. Then you eat sugar at night. And what do? You go to bed. So you eat your candy and then you go lay down and go to sleep. Inactive. That's not good for you. Right? Common sense. Right? So if you must have the chocolate shake, if you must have a Snickers bar, if you must, do it early. Like I said, I don't always practice what I preach. I wish I did. I'd probably weigh 80 pounds right now. Lastly, get some damn sleep. For real. Damn. They say 8 hours. That's what everybody says. I think the older you get, the less and less sleep you really need. Because you know how to rest your body throughout the day. You really do. Or if you take naps, you want a good power nap? 40 minutes. Set your alarm clock. Don't pass 40 minutes. Because in the time it takes you to fall asleep, and that time, which is about 10 minutes, and then you get into this deep sleep, but not deep enough where you wake up groggy. 40 minutes, they say, is the perfect power nap. So if you're like a napping person, you take a 2-hour nap. Yeah, that's not a nap. That's a sleep. Do a 40-minute nap. Try it. I guarantee you'll be better off. I should become a nutritionist. Not. Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't. You can't be a nutritionist if you don't practice what you preach, right? I was looking at this diabetic chart of all the foods you can eat or how much you're supposed to eat of all these different foods. And there's a little section on the right side. Your right. My right is what yours, right? It showed all the safe foods, what you can eat unlimited of. One of them was Diet Coke or Diet Soda. Another one was like mustard, soy sauce. I think plain yogurt. You can mix a little fruit with it, just, not a lot. And all this other weird stuff, soy sauce, the things that, I want to eat a lot of that stuff. Water. Hey, Applejack. Yeah, it's been a good one. I'm trying to spread the good word on food and stuff, even though I don't practice all of it what I preach. I'm trying to do better. I really am. Basically, portion control. Portion control. So I'm drinking this little powder, these little powder packets. It's a sugar free. I don't even think it's. I don't think it's. You know what? Let me look it up real quick. I'll show you what it is. I found it. Called HEB To Go Fruit Punch Drink Mix. What am I drinking here? Oops. Oops. Five calories per serving. I don't think it's got aspartame, but I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? Citric acid right here. Ah. Okay, citric acid, natural artificial flavors, aspartame. See, so it's got aspartame. So I'm not even doing myself a favor. I thought it didn't. Damn it. Potassium citrate, sodium citrate contains 2% or less of magnesium oxide, acid flame, potassium salt, disodium phosphate, blah, blah, blah. Titanium dioxide. Frick. Add a trivial amount of sugar. Okay, so how much aspartame? That's what I want to know. And that's what it doesn't tell you, how much of it. But when these numbers are all like 0, 1, 2, or 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then you have 2, that's what you want. You want it to be like that. You don't want total sugars to be like, I think Coke is, how much is sugar in Coke? $35 grams in a can of Coke. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 12-ounce can. If you're looking at a 20-ounce bottle, it's the equivalent of 17 teaspoons of table sugar in a plastic bottle of Coke. 17. Holy crap. So, right? So, when you're giving your kids sodas and Cokes and fruit punch, all that sugary liquid carbs stick to you the fastest. It's liquid. It's absorbed into your body quick. That's why it's so bad for you too. A support group would be good. You should start a private group, encourage each other, and talk about different recipes and whatnot. Yeah, that's good. Good that you're not a soda drinker. Night and day. You remember when see Tab? I don't know how many are old enough to remember Tab, but Tab was a diet drink. I think some places still sell it. They use a sweetener called saccharin, and it causes cancer in laboratory rats, so they quit doing that. But Tab, you know how Dr. Pepper's got that weird kind of a peppery or medicine-y taste, some call it. Well, Tab had its own flavor, and it was. I found it. I found Tab. I finally decided to try it when it was already becoming unpopular. And then it kind of disappeared and I quit thinking about it. But it had a unique flavor. It was really good. Have you tried the Yuka app? It rates food based on ingredients. But one app that my favorite person in the world told me about, it's called MyFitnessPal. My Fitness Pal. It's a blue link, a blue icon. It looks like Michael Jordan, a silhouette of Michael Jordan jumping, but it's not. It's just a person jumping. My Fitness Pal. And let's see. Mm, they do have a monthly fee if you want all the extra features to it. It's a free app, but so you can scan what you're eating. It'll tell you what's in it, how many calories and all that stuff. It's a good tracker. Try Yucca. Yucca. What is it? Yucca. I know I'm probably saying it wrong. Yucca. Yucca food and cosmetic scanner. All right, I'll try that. It's downloading. Yeah, tab was good. Anyway, so much more we can get into with food, exercise, walking. You don't got to run. Don't feel like you got to run. Don't feel like you got to jog. Walking is good enough for weight loss. You want jogging. I'm sorry, you want walking. For cardio, if you want to do cardio, then you run a little bit. But walking, do a quicker pace of walking. Not necessarily a speed walk, just a quicker pace of walking. That'll get enough your cardio going enough. And do it consistently. At the very least, 4 days in a row. If you can do 5 days in a row, that's even better. And you will see the pounds come off. Proof. So, what else is going on? What else did I want to talk about? Any of you guys watch Vanessa still lately? I heard her on, she was on Digital Dimwit. His name is Victor. She called into that program the other night, and I caught it on the replay. And Victor lost control of that. He just let her ramble. He probably let her. It became the Vanessa show. And I'll tell you, I don't miss it. I don't. I know people like to watch, but I'm so sick of all that bull crap coming out of her mouth. I am genuinely disinterested in it. I just got tired of it. Got very tired of it. Some of you remember, some of you saw, Bam and I, one of the last times I streamed her. And I remember Bam and I we were falling asleep. And that's how it got to that point where it's like, it's the same stuff all over and over and over again. And what was annoying to me was me having to explain to everybody, she's saying this because, and I had to explain the end because, and I just kept doing it day in and day out because she just kept regurgitating the same crap. She keeps spewing the same stuff, and those people that follow her, and they say, "You go, girl," and all this stuff like that. I don't know what they're talking about. That's why she likes them, and that's why they drank the Kool-Aid. She keeps them away from the reality of what happened. That's why she doesn't like that page. Well, she didn't like mine, obviously, and she does not like No More Cheesky's Lies because they lay out all her bull crap, expose it. That's why she wants to know who runs it, so she can try to shut them down or have them arrested or whatever. But they're not harassing her. They're just exposing, they're contradicting everything she's saying. So I didn't walk away from it because I was afraid of her or nothing, nothing even close to that. I was genuinely tired of the bullcrap. And I was tired of it for a long time already. I was already with the bullcrap up to here. And just the repetitive and just the same, a survivor. And it's just, that was it. I was done. Just like that. And you know what? I don't miss it at all. Yes, I watch it now and then because it's some of the crap that she talks about is hilarious. Just watching her chew and all that stuff, sing happy birthday to herself. And the other night it was Vanessa's greatest hits and she sang different songs. Check this out. It was a beautiful gift from my love. And a nice Parker pen. Parker is my favorite pen. And I just got tired of it all. It was just and then Bam and I spoke after that. And I'm like, dude, I think I'm done. He was like, yeah. And he's the first one to fall asleep when you don't like it. And I was done. And that was it. It was over. Will I pick it up at some point in the future? And I don't know. Maybe. And let's see. You scan the barcode with Yuka and it breaks down the ingredients. Yeah, the other one does the same thing. Those are similar, I guess. How long are your walls? What walls? Walk around your kitchen and start scanning, right? Yeah, she's still talking. Yeah, I know. I heard a few things here and there. People send me clips and like, she mentioned you. Like, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why she mentions. I think on some level, she'll deny it, right? But I think on some level, I think she misses some of the exposure from me streaming her. Even though she'll say I was harassing her or I was, what did she call me? The hate page or Manny behind the hate or the hater behind the mic. That's what she said. The hater behind the mic. And, none of what she said bothered me at all. I don't care. I didn't care about any of what she had to say. And at the same time, I always said, hey, and Bam agreed with me. It's like, hey, if we ever find out that she was right about something, hey, I was wrong. Vanessa was right. And I'll support her with whoever was doing evil against her. But I keep going back to the same thing. Why didn't she ever do a police report on John Allen? If he's such an evil man. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that he did recently. Could look bad on him. But I honestly don't think he was involved in that crap that happened to her when she got beat up. Which shouldn't happen to anybody. But I played the videos. I don't know if you guys remember last year. It was early last year. But she was talking about getting beat up. And it was the jealous girlfriend, the new girlfriend of her ex-boyfriend. And he tattooed Vanessa's name on his chest. So now whenever he takes off his shirt, the new girlfriend's got to see his Vanessa on there. And that's what all that talk was. Right after it happened, it was the talk. The talk was, It was not. It was John and Ophelia and Frank. It was none of all that. It was a jealous girlfriend. And how that became the John Allen show, she's got to be the victim. She's got to be the victim. And that's what I got tired of too. Yeah. Oh, okay. You meant walks. So when you say, how long are your walks? Yeah, mine are 4 miles. On average, 4 miles every time I go out. And just walk, at a faster pace, not just a stroll on a Sunday afternoon, but you got to walk a steady pace. And pounds will peel right out. They'll melt right off. I promise. There's proof. You can ask eyes. Lavina, yes, I was talking about Vanessa. For as much as she hates it, I know she loves it. That's okay. And then she'll say, oh, he was talking about me the other night, and he's still obsessed with me or whatever. I always find that funny whenever she says I was obsessed with her. Nope. I totally disconnected. And when I said I was going to disconnect and I disconnected and walked away from it, I walked away from it. I know that last night, and I think it was Victor's Digital Dimwits show. And I got nothing against Victor. I'll still do stuff with him in the future if he's up for it. We dig talking about movies and music and stuff like that. TV shows. And but he was talking about, people were talking about, oh, when you walk away from something, it's an addiction and it's hard to walk away. And yeah, I walked away. What do you call that? Cold turkey. No issues. Don't miss her. And that's the definition of walking away from something like that. And yeah, at some point I thought, maybe I'll go back and maybe I'll stream one more. Let's see. No, I'm done. All right, yes, I'm done. Okay, sure. I walked and I stayed away. It was easy for me. Will I go back to it at some point in the future? I don't know. Got to be interesting enough for me. Follow her court cases and stuff like that? Yeah, probably. Do I want her to go to jail? Me, not in particular. I don't. I think, as with anyone that's guilty of a crime, they should be dealt with and handled, right? And if that's what happens, then that's what happens, But do I want her to go to jail and stuff? No, not necessarily. But I think it's a joke what she's doing with the legal system. Actually, it's probably her lawyers. And you got to say, good lawyers who keep buying her time or whatever. I don't know, whatever's happening. I wonder how much she's paying her attorneys. But for the luck that she's had, I bet they're worth every penny. Man, I'm glad you walked away. Her day's coming soon. Yeah, I don't know. I thought her day was going to be last month, and then that got delayed. It's like, oh, Lord. I'm telling you, she made a deal with the devil. She made a deal with the devil. But you know what? She's getting away with it. apparently legally, and more power to her. But at some point, that run's going to end. At some point, that run's going to end. And just be there to watch with my popcorn. So, and then, everybody's okay. So everybody's concerned. Oh, viewers and so and so has so many viewers. This and I got this many, and that's why they're doing this or that's why they're doing that. It's like, the it's nice to have a bunch of viewers when I can watch you guys all interacting with each other. If anything, that's what I like to see on my page. When I post articles or news articles or, crime articles or whatever, and then I see the comments and people talking about it. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. You have a certain hardcore people that watch and they read. They like to hear news or your opinions on certain things. And I was gonna do the Melissa Lucio update or refresher this week, but this politics thing came up, and I was like, yeah, I got to do this. So Melissa Lucio will be next week. Maybe this weekend, something like that. I gotta do it before I start my next. Okay. Maybe this weekend. And I want to do more stuff like that. So, yeah, if I needed the views, could go back to her and start streaming her again. I know people like to watch that stuff, and I don't blame you guys. I get it. It's I think most of the people that watch her are just there to watch a train wreck. It's the truth. And I don't blame anybody for wanting to watch her or why they like to watch her. I get it. I was there too. I just don't. It's not. I guess for a while it was the shiny new thing, and then that wore off, and it was like, yeah. So anyway, that's probably all I got to say about that. All the other drama, or who's getting into with who, or who's getting jailed, or whatever. I hear things here and there, and I watch a live here and there from all of them. Mostly when somebody sends me, here, you got to see this, or you should watch this one, or listen to what he said here, or listen to what she said there. And I'll listen to it a little bit. I won't lie. But then, it just takes a couple of minutes, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't know. I don't know how you guys can watch that day in and day out, every day. I know it's a thing. I know there's a market for it. Like, I'm not faulting you guys. I'm not criticizing. I don't know how you guys can do it. I can't. Now, Dre McCrae, I've been watching those. I downloaded a bunch of her videos, and I was going to start to maybe go that route and start streaming some of that stuff. Because I'd like to know what's going on with Vaughn McCrae, her husband. Like, there's very little news coming out of how he's doing. So I'm thinking about that one too. So, all right, it's been an hour and a half. It's going to be 1 a.m. It's time to crash. Appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for hanging out with me on the late night pillow talk edition. I can't send VT after what she said to my friend. I miss my friend. VT's so hateful. It's true. She is classic narcissist. That's what she is. think she's better than everybody else. What was she comparing her? Was she comparing her what happened to her to her surviving? She compared it to a prisoner of war in Vietnam, or in a prisoner of war. I'm like, what? She took a beating for an hour or a couple hours, and she wants to compare that to what one of our military members went through, prisoner for years, being abused, tortured, real torture. All right. We're talking being burned, being cut with a knife, having bugs crawl into your orifices and stuff like that, making you eat. I don't even want to say it. That's torture, man. And when they come through that, that's survival. That's real torture. That's real surviving. What she went through, okay, she survived it. But don't compare these two things. You got nothing on any military service member, serviceman, servicewoman who's been tortured and held prisoner of war for years, months. So that offended me right there. Anyway, alrighty. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. We have to do this again this week. Possibly. Maybe not so late. Or the weekend. How's that? I'll figure it out. Don't forget, Wednesday, for those of you following the Brownsville politics, I've got Susan Rubalcaba on Wednesday at 7 p.m. North Golansky, commissioner, my commissioner. Thursday at 8. And same thing on Friday with Brian Martinez, a candidate for District 1. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. Appreciate you all. Get some rest, get some sleep. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night, everybody.